Hello everybody. Today I've got two 1909 British pennies. As you can see, they're in a very circulated condition. They would have spent over 60 years circulating throughout the UK, not being withdrawn until 1971. The monarch is King Edward VII. That is Queen Victoria's son, and he reigned from 1901 to 1910. 19,617,020 of these were minted. Now this one, if I was to photograph it, good photographs, good description, put it on eBay, I wouldn't expect to get more than 50 pence for it. But this one, I'd expect to get around £50 for. So what's the difference? I haven't mentioned this in my pre-decimal penny hunts because I wanted to make this video first, and now I've finally got round to making it. Okay, the first thing to look for, let me zoom in and show you what I mean. There we are. You see the letter N in the word one. There's a tiny little dot at the top right of the N. Can you see it there? There we go. It's quite clear actually. It's a known error and it was caused by damage to the die during the minting process. There's the common one, and you can see there's no dot after the N. So yes, around £50 in this condition. So let's have a look at some prices of coins that have been already sold. Okay, here's the first one. Let me zoom in and show you the dot. There we are, it's quite clear on this one. Now, this one sold in December 2021 for £80 and was deemed to be in VG, or very good condition. Now, this is about the same condition as mine, I think. Not far off. Let me just show you the obverse. There we are. Not too bad. Sold for £80, December 2021. The next one to have a look at is this one. Now, this is in better condition. Let's zoom in a little and have a look at the N. And there we go. Now you see the dot, it's like an oval now, so maybe the damage is growing, and this was just before it was noticed by quality control. But the coin itself is, as I say, in better condition. Now this was sold in March 2019 for £130, and it was deemed to be, wait for it, NVF/VF condition. And that stands for nearly very fine, but probably / a little bit nearer to very fine than not so fine. We need to upgrade our grading system, guys. But it's nice. You can see all the details on this compared with the other one. Let's have a look at the obverse. There we are. £130, March 2019. Talking about quality control, when the Royal Mint make mistakes and coins find their way into circulation that should have been removed, the Royal Mint must hate it, but as coin collectors we love it. It gives us something else to look out for, such as the First World War anniversary Royal Navy £2 coin. It looks like there's a flag on the mast there, but there isn't, it's just a crack in the die. And the Paddington at the Palace 50 pence coin, this one looks like there's a crisp packet or a bit of litter on the floor, but again it's not, it's just a crack in the die. And a little bit of metal is building up on the coin. These are all 1909s. I've been through them a few times but I can't find any more, but I have found this. There's definitely something there, but I'm not sure it's in the right place. Yeah, I think it's damage to the coin that's just sheer coincidence it happens to be there. I think it would be slightly further to the right if it was a dot. You may have noticed this circular area here. That is where my Royal Mint coffee mug goes. There we are. Now I like coffee strong, a little bit of milk, not too much, and no sugar. It's got the coins of all the kings and queens of England from Alfred the Great up to Elizabeth. There is room for Charles III on the end there. Here's another one. Very nice coin this, uncirculated condition. And there's the dot, very clear. Now this one was sold in March 2020 for £450, and as I said, it was graded as uncirculated condition. And there is the obverse. Here's another one. This one's a little bit more battered about. If we have a look at the dot, you can see it, but this coin's a little bit more worn than the other ones we've looked at. And because of the damage, this one sold in December 2013 for just £24 and was VG condition. I know that's nearly 9 years ago, but I don't think you'd pay much more than that now for one in that condition with the damage. And there's the obverse. These prices are from sold items at London Coin Auctions. It's a great site. I'll put a link to that below. I did find one on eBay for sale as I'm making this video. £350. There it is. It is in nice condition, so that price is about right, I think. Well, it could be a little bit high. Okay, that's the dot. Now, there is something else to look out for in a 1909 penny, and that is what is known as reverse E. Most of the 1909 pennies will have a reverse D as standard, but there is a rarer reverse E to look out for. So, what's the differences? Well, on the E, the C, the waves on the C are slightly finer cut. They're a slightly finer engraving, and the beads around the edge or the teeth are slightly differently arranged. Now, I know it's virtually impossible to see, but I'll show you something that's easier to see. Now, if we have a look at the common one, the type D, the number 1 in the date doesn't line up exactly with a tooth. If I draw a line through the 1, it goes between the teeth. There we are. You can see the line is clearly not lined up exactly with the tooth. But on the rare one, the type E, the number 1 lines up exactly with a tooth, and that's the best way of telling the difference. It goes right through the middle. Okay, let's have a look at them together. Here we are. Quite easy to see, I hope. Common type D at the top and the rare type E at the bottom. Let's have a look at some sold prices for this coin. So here we are, London Coin Auctions, final prices. Just zoom in there, show you the one lining up with a bead. There we are. This one sold in September 2021 for £400 and was said to be in VG, very good condition. And let's have a look at the obverse. Okay, this next one sold in December 2021 for £600 and also in VG condition. Let's have a look at the one again. There we are, perfectly lined up with the tooth. Let's have a look at the obverse. There's some scratches on there. Looks like somebody's tried to scratch a W on the king's head. Even so, it's still sold for £600. Now, obviously, I've looked through my 1909s quite a few times, make sure I haven't missed anything, but surprisingly, it is quite easy to see. You see the one there? Goes between the teeth. Even on these quite warm ones, you can see between the teeth. I know full well I haven't got one, but you can see there, the one between the teeth. You can see it on most of them, even these quite warm ones. There we go. I've got one here that's very worn. Let's see. There's not really any way of telling on that one. Can't see whether the C is finely cut, and it's just impossible on some. There's another couple there, but you can clearly see the one lines up between the teeth. Now, the dot will always be on type B. On this one, I can't even see the teeth around there, but I know because it's got a dot on it, it's a type D, or reverse D. And I still think, even in that condition, I could get £50 or £60 for that. So check your 1909s if you've got any. Let me know if you've got one with a dot, or you've got the rare reverse E where the one lines up with the tooth. And until then, thank you very much. Please subscribe. I'll make more videos like this, and click that bell. Click that like button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.